Hey babes! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start shuffling the cards. I didn't do a pre-shuffle for this one just because I just wanted to get right into it. We'll go ahead and see what the cards have to say. I do want to say before I start that this is all suggestive, my bad. And if it resonates, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's okay as well. Please let me know what you think at the end of the video. I hope you're doing well. I don't really know what to say while I'm in this little pre-process here. I do have extra messages for you, not just the cards. I have made my own pre-made cards. I have love cards here. And I have just regular ones that have either song lyrics or little sayings or just, words that might have to do with the love or tarot cards. Just kind of little things. I also have, depending on what the reading says, I might go with some dates or just regular, numbers, seasons, maybe some attributes or some letters, maybe where you might meet the person or people or, just maybe times in your life of places. So yeah, we have maybe a lot of information depending on what we get with the cards. Everything is a little different, so we'll kind of see where we go. And also don't mind my boxes and bins in the background of books. I haven't gotten a bookshelf yet, but I hope you like my Jameson candle. Alright, so getting into it, we have, for your overall, we have Four of Cups. That's the overall energy of the reading. We'll go ahead and, it's the Four of Cups here. And then for the reading, getting into it, we have Knight of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Devil. And then we also have the Chariot, Six of Swords, and the Six of Wands upside down, or in reverse. We also have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. And this is the overall reading. I'm also going to be pulling some cards for the basic love reading. So we'll go ahead and pull some more cards here. Alright, so we have the Death card, the Magician in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Empress. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of good energy here. I'm definitely seeing the air energy. I have a lot of swords here, which is a good thing. So I'm definitely seeing your energy really shining through. Turn this down. This is really loud. So for starters, we have the current energy over all of the reading, which is the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups usually signifies or represents a very calming, maybe relaxed energy. It's basically the energy you get after you've been through a long journey. You kind of reach that relaxing state of your life, almost like you've been through everything, you've seen everything, you've witnessed it all, and now you kind of just want to like sit back and relax, kind of like watch everything unfold as opposed to kind of going through it. So I see a lot of kind of like just calmer energy coming your way opposed to kind of rushing. Um, And so we'll go ahead, and I have the past, present, future spread, and I have the love spread, and I also have a couple homemade cards that I mentioned in the beginning that I have not pulled yet, and I'll go ahead and pull at the end, but I just do want to say before we get into everything that everything is suggestive. So time is all of perception. The past doesn't have to necessarily mean 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. It can mean any point in time in your past. The same with the present. I tell to everyone, it can be within the past 2 months, it can be within the past year. Because yes, it can be your past, but it's still also your present because it's still in your present being. It's still the most recent thing on your mind. Even if it's in the future, it's still considered your present because it's going to be more present than what your future has to say. And the same thing with your future. The future could still be in your future present. It can be 5 years from now, though. You know, it could be at any point in time. Time is completely perspective. If you resonate with any of this, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay. But now that said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And sorry, like I said, I have been drinking, so don't mind me. But we have the Nine of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Devil. And this can be the past or the past present. I feel like this is more of a past present than a further past. I do feel like this entire scenario is something more recent than further energies. But okay, so the Nine of Wands basically is the giving up energy. The card here, if you can't see it, is there's a man here. He's got all of his wands in the background, and he's on his knees, and he's just kind of like, he's just done. He's over it all. He's like, you know what, fuck this, fuck that. I'm through. Like, I can't do it anymore. This is something that it's not worth it anymore. Like, I gotta start standing for myself, and right now I'm not doing that, so I'm just kind of like, I'm just done. And that really reiterates what I'm seeing here with this Three of Wands, because here you clearly see the Three of Wands. We have three swords stabbed inside of a heart, and I really see a really dramatic, like, heartbreak. And, you know, the Three of Swords doesn't usually mean heartbreak. I mean, it can, but it usually means like fights and relationships. Emotions are at like a spread. You're kind of like split in two. But for here, like, I don't really see so much as emotions split as I see like just complete heartbreak. Like, it's just kind of like completely almost shattered. Like, something was really full, and it's like your heart was just so full, and then it's just kind of like three swords got kind of just stabbed into it. and it's just an entire just like puzzle piece just brought together, like just pulled apart basically. And that almost gets reiterated with the really giving up energy and this devil energy. And the devil means like secrecy. It means like hiding. It's like defiance. It's deception. Um, just a lot of hidden truths. And I feel like maybe in your past, especially like the recent past, because I'm really getting this is more recent than it is like further away, but I'm getting like in your recent past maybe someone was really untruthful, and that could have been you, that could have been the other person. It doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship, like a romantic relationship. It could have been a friendship, it could have been a family member. I am getting more of a relationship, though, aspect from this, just because of the Three of Swords here. And this is more of a heartbreak energy than anything. And then that Nine of Wands is really like, I give up. That's very fiery energy. That's very just like, gone. And that's the same thing with this, the Devil is very fiery energy. So the person could have been a fire sign. The person could have just been like, you know what? And I have a feeling this Three of Swords here, this is you. This is a very air energy. You know, you have that cloud in the background, that heart. Hearts are very airy. They're, you know, most people think that they're, you know, more water or more fire, but no, hearts are air energy. So with that being said, like, I feel that your heart was just kind of like shattered. It was almost like it was stabbed into with some sort of deception, and this person kind of just gave up. I mean, again, that giving up energy could be you, but I'm seeing more of them giving up on kind of like maybe the relationship, and you're the one that took all of the hurt and all of the heartbreak. And they're the ones that just kind of be just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done, you know. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you were the one at fault or they were the one at fault. It just kind of means that they were the one that were just like fed up. Maybe they were at fault, because I do have that Devil there with that really fiery energy, and that fiery energy does go with that more of Nine of Wands. So they were the ones that could be being, you know, very deceitful, and it just, they finally got done being deceitful and they finally gave up. And when they gave up, you got brought to a lot of heartache. I don't see them being as broken up as you were. Like, they may have given up, but I don't see that they were as broken up as you were. You got your heart stabbed into. Yeah, I'm not saying much else. I am seeing here in the future, or in the present to present future, though, I have the Chariot, the Six of Swords, and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is what it looks like usually upright, but it was in reverse. So with the Chariot usually brings good fortune. In the present, you're being uplifted somehow, whether it's, you know, a friendship, a relationship, or some other sort of there's some sort of outer thing than you kind of lifting you up, because here you are the woman on the Chariot. Here's the Chariot itself. So here you are, and you're being carried by these two Sphinx here on this Chariot, right? So you're above all. You're kind of on this higher ground than most at this point in time, which I really see here too with this Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords is very, 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 what's the word? basically, it is what it is. You see it as you get it. And the Six of Swords is this woman, she is moving forward. You can see her in her rowboat, and she is moving forward. She has the moon on the side of her. She's got the swords in her boat, but she's rowing. She is just going forward. She doesn't care what's in her past. She doesn't care what was given to her. She just knows that she wants to get where she is going in life. She does not care about what was left for her. She just wants to keep moving on. And that is all about what the Six of Swords is about. It's just very moving forward. And I feel like that's where you are, because with that Chariot and with that Six of Swords, you're just moving forward. You're trying your hardest to not worry about what you felt in the past. You're trying your hardest not to worry about that giving up nature, and you're not worrying about that deception. You just want to move forward with your life. You just want to keep moving on and just kind of, get over it. Everything just wants to go back to normal for you. And I also see that here with the Six of Wands. That's also something, usually with the Six of Wands, it means, like, achievements. It's usually up. In reverse, it means that you're, like, not achieving what you want to achieve. And that's understandable with the Chariot and the Six of Wands, Six of Swords here. Like, you're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to keep kind of looking to the future. You're not wanting to look so much in the past. You're wanting to achieve everything that you can, and just kind of, like, get to that point in time in your life. But with it being in reverse, it's just you're having a harder time doing that, because you're still kind of, even though you want to move forward, you're having a hard time doing so. And that's completely understandable. Like, from what I'm seeing here, it wasn't the best kind of whatever this was. It wasn't the greatest. And you're just you want to move forward, but it's so hard. And you want to achieve the best for yourself, but you're having that be really difficult for you. Especially here with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of also like a giving up energy. You see this man on the ground, and he's got all these swords kind of just, like, throwing on top of him. And that's kind of like, I give up. Like, it's not even so much like the Nine of Wands energy, where he's kind of like, this is the actual, just kind of like, I give in energy. This is just fully like, I have done everything I can. I am just going to lay here on the ground, and I'm just going to let this take hold of me. And I really, really, really get that too here with the Five of Cups energy. And this was also in reverse. And the Five of Cups is usually another kind of letting go energy. It's the, I'm sorry, forgive me, but I'm done with this. Like, I need to continue on with my life, kind of energy. But this was in reverse, so that to me is a good sign. Because here we have, the Ten of Swords, like, I'm done, like, I can't do this anymore. But we also have the Five of Cups in reverse, and that's just like, I may have given up, but you know what, I can't. I have something to live for. With that kind of almost giving up energy, it's like a reverse, like, I can't give up. Like, I have to keep moving forward. This is something that I have to do. And I really do, that is clarified by this Knight of Cups in, like, the positive, because the Knight of Cups is a very positive knight. He's ready for battle. He is strong. He's confident. He's on the go. He is thinking of everything he can possibly do, and then he is acting. And he's got his sword held high. He's got his horse in rear, and they're going. It doesn't matter. They're going to keep moving forward. They're trucking through anything they can get through. And that's kind of just what I see here. So it's almost like a story being told. Like, you kind of got your heart broken, you gave up. There was some sort of deception, you know. I see there was maybe some sort of lying happening. Someone was holding the truth. And then you were kind of just wanting to move on, and it was just having a hard time moving on. There wasn't a lot of achievement being made because it was so hard to just kind of keep moving forward. And then slowly and surely it just kind of gotten more into that, like, depressive state of just, like, I fully give up. Like, just let this completely take over me. I'm done trying to please everybody. I'm done trying to move forward. But you were able to get over that, and you were like, you know what? That isn't the answer. That's not what I'm supposed to be feeling. I gotta keep trucking on. Like, there's more, there's better for me out there. And you got to that point where you're just like, you know what? This is the best for me. I'm going to rear my horse. I'm gonna hold my sword up high, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. So that's what I got for you there. And now I'll go ahead and go into the love reading. I have the Death card, the Magician in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, or Hierophant, I don't know how it's pronounced, but, and the Empress. Now, with this, I'm seeing that basically your magic was revoked from you. The Magician in reverse really gives me that kind of energy, because the Magician usually upright signifies all magic. He is the ruler of all elements: air, fire, earth, water. He is just a very magical being. He rules all. He is the number 2 in the Minor Arcana deck. And I'm just seeing here, with that being in reverse, that's kind of just been taken away from you. And I get that too with the Death card. The Death card doesn't necessarily signify death. It just means change. It means the death of something. The change of moving forward. So basically, like, almost like your light got put out, and you have to change almost who you are. And I get that too here with the Ace of Cups. Like, the Ace of Cups is also another card of change. We have, you know, all the lunar cycles here. We have the cup, and then we have the moon in the background, but we have also, like, all the lunar cycles. And that is just basically, like, things are going to change. Like, it is that, and that's okay. Your magic may have gotten taken away from you for the time being in your relationship, but with progression and change, things are going to look back up, because I now see, you know, with more so towards the future, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Empress. And the Empress, I can definitely feel is your energy. Like, your energy throughout this is just, like, very strong, and I can feel the Magician, like, that is 100% your energy. Like, that air energy is just really coming through. And that Empress energy is just really coming through. The Hierophant usually signifies, like, a spirituality. Usually, like, someone who pulls the Hierophant when it's talking about a person is someone who works, like, in a religious aspect, maybe like a social worker, someone who works in a church, a helper, someone who is high in the government, But here, I feel that it's just like it's an instinct almost. Like it's a very spiritual instinct. And like this Empress energy is like 100% you. And the Empress is someone who is just very, very beautiful in personality. Someone who is so caring, who puts everyone else before themselves. Um, the Empress is the kind of person who is usually like a teacher or someone who works in like the medical field. It's someone who is always putting other people's needs before their own. But it's with everybody. It's not ever defined to one age range or group or ethnicity. It's everyone all together. Someone who just like it's never judgmental ever, and I can really feel that coming through here with that Hierophant energy. Like it's a very wise energy too, especially with someone who generally works in like the kind of like church or spiritual aspect, or people who are really wise. It's usually older people who have lived out their years. And that Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands energy is very fiery. It's kind of like the travel card. Like, so someone's gonna be traveling. I'm maybe seeing that like in your future soon though, because this is more like a present relationship. I am seeing that maybe like you might have to travel to meet who you're meant to be with, because here is, your energy here, this non-judgmental, beautiful, like creative energy, and we have this Hierophant, this wise, beautiful, very spiritual energy, and I'm not getting through the same energies. Like I'm seeing that maybe this Empress and this Hierophant are supposed to be together almost, but you're gonna have to travel a little bit. Like you had to change almost who you were, but not in a bad way. You just kind of had to adapt a little bit in your past. Like you had to come with the changing moons. You had to come with the changing seasons. Your magic kind of got taken away from you. The person you were, that really accepting nature, kind of got taken away for a minute, and you kind of had to adapt and change to be even better than what you were. And you moved into that energy with the Empress, and now you're gonna meet this like really like amazing, like wise, very spiritual almost person here coming in the future. It's just you might have to travel a little bit, and traveling doesn't necessarily mean out of state or even another country or whatever. It doesn't have to mean like actually physically moving. Traveling could just mean traveling in your mind. Like you might have to keep moving forward with your progression. It could actually mean physically traveling. It could mean that you might have to, maybe you'll go on a road trip, or you'll go on an airplane ride or something, and you'll meet somebody. And that's the person that is going to be this Hierophant here. That's going to be that really wise person. It's just you're going to have to do a little bit more than what you're used to, is basically what this is saying. Okay? So that's what I got for you with those cards. I'm sorry this has been so long. I do have a couple more things for you, if you don't mind. I made some homemade stuff. I have here just some regular saying. Could be lyrics of a song, could just be little quotes. And I also have some love things. And that goes more with, like, the love reading. Okay, so we have a couple here. We have let go of control issues and attraction. So maybe you are a little bit controlling, and that's that little bit of magic in the past you're taking away, that you're kind of having to move forward with, is that maybe you're a bit controlling in what you do and the aspects of your relationship. Like you are a more dominant personality. And it's just kind of like you kind of have to let go of that. an attraction. Whoever you meet next, you're just gonna have instant attraction to. It's gonna be someone. It's not gonna be like a love at first sight kind of thing, but it's gonna be somebody that you're just like you see, you're just like holy fuck, like it's just gonna be like an instant chemistry and instant attraction. Like they're just gonna be absolutely beautiful in your eyes, like right off the bat. Like there's not gonna be any ifs, ands, or but about it. You're just gonna see them and be like, you know what, I want them. Um, and I got a couple more here. Ah, everything's falling. My bad. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have communication. So this is going to be somebody that you're going to be very open with. I did see that in this Hierophant energy. This is someone that you can be very like open with. Someone who is going to be very trusting, very communicative, very worthwhile. Just overall someone that you can rely on. It's not going to be someone who's going to judge you, or they have a very wise, very mature energy, and they're going to be someone that it doesn't matter what you've done or what you do. To them, you are who you are, and that's okay. And we also have lean on me, and that's another thing, just reassuring that with that with the Hierophant and the Empress energy, you have that very beautiful, like, it doesn't matter, we're not judgmental. See, we have all the signs here. She's holding the hoop, and there's all the signs. It does not matter who you are, where you came from. And just lean on me. It doesn't matter what you need. I have you. I have your back. You are beautiful to me. And your relationship is going to be based on that beautiful, like, I don't care. It's an amazing, very open energy. Okay, so that's what I got for you for now. If you want another reading, just go ahead and let me know. But I do hope you enjoy this. I do have extras. If you're looking for extras, I have maybe dates, maybe numbers, maybe seasons, attributes, physical traits, all of that kind of extra stuff. If you are looking for that, if not, that's okay. Just let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. If you're related, let me know. Give me your honest feedback. Alright? Alright. Bye-bye.